Value Time Sports is brought to you by Terrible General Health Systems Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
All right, Coach, let's start off by just the journey to Covenant Christian. What was your journey getting there, and what do you feel like you bring to the table as a head coach?
Well, Covenant, the story goes on, and I'm sure everybody knows him, Joe Tutone. Looking for, I was at Terrebonne High and just looking for a good school, and, Joe Tutone, it's all over it. And so me and Joe get talking, the football job opens up at Covenant, and I go for it, and I get it. And CCA was at a point where the football program had kind of dropped off a little bit. And so they needed somebody to come in and not be afraid to lose right away. And that's something I'm not afraid to lose. I'm going to go in there. So it's been a rebuild. It's year 3, my first year I was at 25 kids. We just took a team photo yesterday, we're at 40 now. So the rebuild is there, the pieces are in place. And like I said, I bring this CCA just what I call a no fear attitude. We're going to go play, we got Salafouche next Friday. We got 150 kids at the school, they got 1,000. So it's okay. That's not the first time I've done that either. So it's just this attitude of let's go out, let's get it done against all odds and see what we're made of.
Where did you get that mentality? You always had that, or is it something that was sort of drilled in you?
So 2 things. One, I coached travel ball, baseball, and football at a young age, like 17, 18 years old. Still in high school, going against, coaches in their 30s and 40s, even though it was just travel ball. And so I always had this little mentality like I'm the young kid. And they still kind of look at me as the kid. But I was like, I always had something I wanted to prove. And to prove to who? Who knows?
Maybe yourself.
Just myself, maybe.
Yeah.
And then Dennis Gaines at Salafouche, who's at Cecilia now, he was one of my bigger mentors I've had, outside of my dad. And Gaines came in Salafouche and just kind of created this like little manhood culture that we had, where it was man up. You don't fear anybody. You go prove your worth. You take this game seriously. You take it, but it's more about life. And I just kept that with me. When this job opened up, I was 23 years old, and I said, I'm going to take it. I'm going to go for it. I always had the confidence. If I put my name in, I'm going to get it, and I'm going to take this thing, and we're going to do our very, very best. And just who I am, just who I am.
You're one of the few coaches that doesn't have to go to Walgreens and get just for men, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
we were talking to Ashley, our volleyball coach, earlier. A 1A school, you have to have everybody playing.
Absolutely.
You got to get everybody.
Absolutely.
That's the key, because first of all, you're low on numbers because you're a small school.
Right.
So you got to have every boy athlete that wants to play or can play. You got to get in football some way on the field.
Yes.
You'll be able to accomplish this? Or?
Oh, yeah. So it's CCA, like I said, the coaching community at CCA, from baseball to football to basketball, it's a great community. And we all have a clear message. The baseball kids play baseball or basketball, and we all promote 2 sports about as seriously as we can. We can't go as far to say if you don't play 2 sports, you can't. Yeah. But you're going to play 2 sports because we need every kid. And like I said, I've been able to pull kids from soccer. I pulled a kid from soccer who's now our best receiver. That, in my opinion, we pulled kids from baseball to come do this. And, it's just a good collaboration with all the coaches that there's a clear message at CCA for the girls' side as well. You're a small school. You're here to represent CCA, and you're going to represent them through multiple aspects of sports.
Oh, good.
Well, no soccer athletes. We didn't have a whole lot of soccer when we were in school, but get some good athletes off that soccer.
Well, at Salafouche, and no offense to Salafouche, Salafouche is not a big soccer school. And so when I moved to the Homa, coaching at Terrebonne and coaching at Covenant, I never realized how big of a deal soccer was until I moved, not moved to Homa, but started teaching in Homa. And, I got to talk to Casey last week. He's like, y'all got some kickers? I'm like, we got kickers. We got a great soccer program. You just line that ball up without it moving, and they can boom it. Yeah. So we got kickers.
Without it moving.
That's right. That's the key.
You line them up and say, look, just go soccer style, kick that. You just kick it over that thing over there. And boom. All right, good. We got a kicker.
So when you motivate, do you find that the kids I call them kids, young adults, they're easy to motivate, or they come in self-motivated?
There's different levels. Some of them, you got to pull them back because they're self-motivated, and like I said, they ride adrenaline. Some of them are a little usually the younger kids, the freshmen and sophomores, they're a little shell-shocked sometimes with football, and but each kid is different. And that's something I've learned over the years. You just can't be this one person to everybody. You have to be a little bit different, because what gets him motivated is not what gets him motivated. Mm-hmm. Some of them you just say, go hit somebody, and that's all the motivation they need. Some of them you really got to get through their head to maybe get some of the butterflies out. But like I said, it's a job where you got to look at each person individually, even though it's a 40-man roster, and you figure out what works best for the team. You know, and I try to come up each week with something that's going to motivate them. Sometimes it's, you know, we're getting little helmet stickers for awards, you know, for this year to try to make their, you know, helmet look pretty. And so that's been a big motivating factor, because they want the stickers on the helmet. They want to look good. And then some of them is just like, you know, this opponent on the other side is better than you. And so you're going to have to go out and prove it this week. And that's all the motivation they need. So you got a little bit of everybody, a little different.